In this video, I will discuss our template for bringing an application for probate to the Supreme Court of New South Wales if you are an executor to a deceased estate. The form asks for a significant amount of information, which is then later used to create PDF forms based on your answers so that you can make appropriate edits to the drafts before submitting it to the Supreme Court. The form asks for information such as your email address, your agreement to disclaimer. As an executor, you would need to be eligible to use this form. For instance, you would need proof that the deceased has passed away by way of an Australian death certificate. The deceased must have had assets in New South Wales, such as real property, jewellery, furniture, or the like. You must have possession of the will or any codicils, or if you don't, you must have a copy of them, in which case the application is changed and additional information will be needed. The will must be signed, it must be dated, it must be properly witnessed by disinterested people. The executor must also take care that the will must not be revoked by reason of the deceased having remarried or divorced after the will being made. Usually the executor is the applicant and must be an adult, and it must be a non-contentious application. For instance, if a caveat has been filed against the grant of probate, there is a dispute and this form cannot be used. The deceased must also own some of the assets located in New South Wales in his or her own right. Assets that are owned jointly will pass to the other joint owner on survivorship. The application should be brought within 6 months. After all the information is entered, a PDF is generated. In this example, I will just use the template to show you the sort of information that will be provided once it is populated, although in this instance there is nothing of a personal nature. There is a checklist that will help you finalize your application. You'll receive the form of the notice, letter to the Supreme Court, and other documents populated based on what you've provided, including the summons, the executor's affidavit, and so on.